But let's get on to what's happening in the state of play. We have the first game, let's start talking about, is a game from Firesprite. Oh man,
Yes.
my memory just blanked there and it said you're not sure about this. Yes, it is Firesprite. And we saw Concord. So there's a lot of mixed reviews coming out of Concord. I truly believe that this is an innovation. Firewalk, not Firesprite.
Firewalk, sorry. There is a
Yes,
Firesprite studio. I think they're VR, aren't they?
they may be. Yeah. So, what I find awesome about this game, one, I think what they're doing with cinematic vignettes, all right? This is something that I have not seen done to games in a little bit. Destiny 2 does something very similar, but I feel like this level of Guardians of the Galaxy, high production, deep characters, this will be something that Sony does excellent with storytelling, and it may bring people back just to simply follow the story and watching what these cinematic vignettes have to say. I truly think that that is a essential part that shouldn't be overlooked when talking about Concord. And I see Wibble hyping in right now. Pointless. Overwatch did it. What do you... Yeah, but did Sony produce the cinematic vignettes, all right? Sony has the piece de resistance when it comes to storytelling, all right? They are the forefront of Shakespeare when it comes to keeping audience engaged, locked into what these characters are doing and the world they're creating. I wouldn't put anything past the storytelling of Sony. Doragon, what were your initial thoughts when it came to Concord?
Well, it wasn't Shakespeare, so, I wasn't getting the skull out like, to be or not to be, that is the question, wherefore art thou be my answer. Uh, I'm sort of in a mixed bag with Concord. On the one hand, it's a hero shooter. We've had a lot of hero shooters. They're all generally pretty good. You can't go too wrong with them. We've just had one from Marvel. We've got Overwatch 2, as you've already mentioned. There's one, it's came before Realm Royale did. I can't remember its proper name. It's something Realm. That was a fun free-to-play hero shooter that I played quite a bit with Crash Echo and a few others. So, there's definitely space on the market for competition. There's definitely space for another hero shooter. It looks more interesting to my style of gameplay in terms of the actual combat mechanics and such. So that had my personal tastes whetted a little bit. The vignettes, as you say, they look great. But again, I don't need to be in the game to watch them because they'll be uploaded to YouTube by 1,700 people the moment they go live. So if I want to stay up to date with them, I can just jump onto YouTube and watch them there. But the thing that sort of sold this to me, and it's going to sound very, very weird when I say this, is I have a iffy feeling about this one. I think it's not going to be great. That's my general feelings. But that feeling that I have about Concord is the identical gut feeling to what I had about Helldivers 2. I thought it was going to please a subset of people really well and then not land well with basically everybody else. And Helldivers 2 took off. So to have that exact same gut feeling about Concord as I had about Helldivers 2, it puts it in a camp of it could be something great. I want to see more. I hope they have a beta of some description at some point. Or a server test so that we can jump on and get hands-on with it. Because it's all well and good seeing this. Shooters, it depends how they play as to how good they are. I think there's going to be an opportunity for this to carve out its own niche in the market.
Wibble, do not put that bad juju on Concord. It is not going to be like Foam Stars, all right? This game will have legs. I think there is a definite hole in the console universe when it comes to these hero shooters. I mean, To my mind, and I'm not big on the PvP universe, but I can't think of a hero shooter that's on the console right now that's active live that I could jump into.
Overwatch 2.
Is that on console?
It is. It's also free
It's
to play.
it's free to play on PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So here's what they're doing. Then they're just taking in on that market. They're bringing something solo to it. I think Sony has the ability to take those players, bring it new. It feels like something that you're getting out of the finals where they're evolving the PvP experience. And I think they're going to be able to do that through the hero shooter. Will it be a slam dunk? I mean, that's hard to say. You take a risk when you create this stuff. But hopefully you're able to lock in your audience. The best way they could possibly do this is give it to people on PS Plus, but they're not going to do that. We are going to get a premium. We're getting a pre-order, I believe, available early July. And then that'll get you access to the beta.
I don't like the idea because, especially through PlayStation, you have to pay for a pre-order up front
Yeah.
with a digital pre-order. And unless you're getting a code for, say, a physical pre-order elsewhere, I really don't like that because I'm having to pay to get access, and then getting a refund is a pain in the arse through PlayStation. It's basically impossible. So, not a huge fan of that. There needs to be something open. There needs to be a demo, a trial, something along those lines. But yeah, there's possibilities with this. There's hope. I don't think it's an immediate write-off like I have done for quite a while, but my gut feeling is it has the opportunity to succeed and fail in a catastrophic way in either direction. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And I feel like this game is not necessarily for the me gamer, but I have to appreciate that it looks like they're pushing their storytelling abilities and they're really trying to gather people around a PvP element, which I think Sony wants and they're looking to get and they're hungry for. So this is just one of their showings, one of their investments, and let's see how it does before we overly criticize. I think it does have a lot of strong elements to it, and people who enjoy PvP may really like this game. We're not sure what the balancing is going to be like or how the gameplay is going to be.
It's going to be one of those hands-on experiences. Once you've got your hands on with it, you can then talk, and if there's good word of mouth, it'll spread well. So fingers crossed, because competition's good, and the hero shooter space, until the last couple of months, has been very, very quiet and very dreary because it's basically been Overwatch, which has been an absolute catastrophe since launch. So, yeah, we need an injection of new stuff there.
Also, PlayStation runs a lot of internal tournaments for their PlayStation users. I mean, this is just a game that they are going to center around one of their tournaments. You see it going on now with soccer, I believe is happening with a PlayStation Live tournament. So this is maybe more of their, we want to take hold, we want to own the IPs we run these tournaments for, and instead of doing Overwatch stuff, let's do our own. Let's do Concord and bring all those people who love the tournament space into this. So I think that's their strategy, and I think it's going to do well for them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but
I
am more interested than I was. I am not hyped. Does that make sense?
If I was a betting man, I'd bet the house on Concord.
I would say you'd probably lose that house, but that's the joy of having different opinions.
All right. Well, there is a lot of good things to say. Did you want any closing thoughts on Concord before we move out to the next subject? Oh, so pre-orders June 6th, and you get the beta early access, and that's what it provides you. So those are the dates.
Okay. So beta early access. So beta will be accessible as an open option further down the line. I think that's going to be very important for this game.
Yes.
As long as it delivers, it can have legs.